With that cutscene out of the way, let me first of all say that Pandora's Tower was a pleasant surprise. Sure, I've seen all the reviews and opinions about this game that got localized in the US, but I had to figure out myself how good or bad the game was. Developed by Ganbarian and localized by Xseed Games, this title was released in Japan on May 26, 2011, but US would not get it until April 16, 2013. Whether Operation Rainfall worked on persuading Nintendo or not, it's a treat worth having. The story comes to a full circle when you're introduced to a traveling couple in Aaron and Elena. They fled the country cursed with a beast's mark that ravaged the city during a celebration. Along the journey, they take an old woman that knows a known cure. What I immediately find effective in this game is the fact that both the characters are already acquainted with each other. None of this will he or will he not side romance. It's a matter of solving what happens next. A curse on Elena's back becomes indicative of the situation at hand when Elena starts developing monster-like flesh. It's up to Aaron to maneuver the tower that contains the cure for his beloved one. The controls take some getting used to, especially because you are equipped with a chain that you have to aim with the remote. Aaron is equipped with armor, weapons, as well as many different materials, gifts, and medicine to help him get around. The tower is split into different segments, unlocking another area after you complete the latest challenge. You can even go back to any previous levels you endured to collect items you may have missed. There's an RPG mechanic in the game where the character levels up as you defeat monsters. There's also a deep customization options for your swords too, crafting and repairing your favorite weapon to its full potential. The graphics are great for its time. There are occasional hiccups with the frame rate when things are getting hectic, especially during the boss fights, so it's something that should be taken into consideration. But those boss fights are grand and epic, just like the ones you see in Twilight Princess. Yes, I like Twilight Princess a lot. They can be very challenging, but not too hard that you'll have a blast figuring out the tactics to beating them. Added to the fact that there is always a constant timer for Elena makes the journey more challenging. And you will work hard for Elena because she is a character that over time, you actually care for and have a desire to cure. I always find that not having a lot of characters makes relationships more intimate and more invested.
The flesh is for a ceremony, you see, to get her back to her old self.
It reminds me a lot like Zelda fused with parts of Eco for some reason. There are puzzles to be seen all over the tower, yet at the same time you feel very alone within these castle walls. They are just as challenging and fun to solve, littered with many enemies who have no regard for your life. With so many areas to explore, you're bound to get the cure sooner or later. Not only that, this game functions as a dating sim as well. You can give Elena gifts, chat with her, and your bond as a couple will only grow stronger. What a bonus! Pandora's Tower was released in the US when the Wii had taken its last few breaths. Even though the game doesn't have the gravity Xenosaga and Last Story, it can hold on its own. With deep role-playing mechanics, a character that you actually care for, and fun puzzle solving and combat, you cannot go wrong with this game for the Wii. By now the game is probably showing its age, but if you have a Wii, you already know that the gameplay transcends graphics any day of the week. For that, I will give Pandora's Tower a solid B.